So some of the men I would have called my husband, the potential suitors that crossed my path, that I would have been married to today, can attest that the man I have in my life right now, there is no match. There is no meeting point. There is no match. God gave me the best. God removed me from a situation and gave me the best. So sometimes some of the things you see, the breakups and the disappointments you see as, you know, what is it? You refuse to eat, you will mourn and you will cry all the sleepless nights. That could be God removing you from a situation. That could be God setting you apart to give you the best. Hello everyone, my darling Zion kings and queens. How is everyone doing? I hope you're fine. I hope you're good. If you're coming across this face for the first time, my name is Kate Igodo, also known as African Mama. So if you're not following us on our other channel, Igodo Family Vlogs, that is African Mama Comedy, and this is a channel I just created solely for family lifestyle and then to give encouraging stories, you know, like this. So if you love things like this, then yeah, go ahead and join this family and let's vibe together. But anyways, I guess this is for someone. I just came to just encourage someone today. I just got out of work. Reasons for me looking like this, but anyway, I came to encourage someone today. You see, some of the disappointment, and I'm going to share just a just a hint, just on the surface, my story, but I came to encourage someone. You may be going through a situation, especially breakups, relationships, or whatever. But for whatever situation you're going through, I want you to know that it is not all disappointments you mourn. It is not all disappointments you cry over. It is not all breakups. It is not all disappointments. Some could just be God removing you from that situation. Some could just be God saving you from something that will affect you in a very, 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 in fact, if you think that you've seen anything right now, maybe what God is averting will be maybe worse than whatever you're going through right now. I give you a typical example, and I am one woman greatly helped by God, because when I look at my life and I see the people, the potential suitors that crossed my path, you know, that I would have been married to, and I think I would say one of them was really, really serious, you know, very serious. Families got involved, you know, it was marriage. In fact, marriage, it was not even a serious friendship, it was marriage, you know, from the word go. And I think he traveled. I'm not saying I think, he actually traveled out of the country, and you know, so I stayed back in Nigeria, you know, now as a, you know, wife to be. When I tell you serious relationship, wife to be. And you know, but for some reason, even before he traveled, right, I knew that things were just not well. Things were not, something just wasn't right. There was no chemistry, there was nothing. But you see, because families, you know, two families, you know, just wanted this to happen. And, you know, I had lost my dad then, my mom, a widow, trying to, you know, a lot of things. So it was like me, you know, trying to get into this marriage because of, you know, situations, not necessarily that we loved each other. And I am just trying to give just, you know, I'm not trying to go into details, but because I am driving somewhere. But eventually, one thing or the other, one story or the other, he traveled, we were not communicating. Sometimes we'll communicate, sometimes we will not, you know, one of those things. But eventually, it got to the point where, as to be honest with you, as they were planning, because I knew that just something just wasn't right. I knew that if I continued with this relationship, based on the way we were even, things that happened while he was still in Nigeria, that if I continued in this relationship, it was not going to go anywhere. I just, how you're getting into something and you know that this thing will not work, but you just couldn't bring yourself to walk out, because for some reason people were involved, families were involved already, so you just couldn't bring yourself. But it got to a point, and as they were planning the engagement or whatever, I took off, and that taking off saved me from a lot of things. And things in fact, it how it just faded away. Everything that I'm not doing anymore, I'm not interested. So yeah, even though it didn't end up well, I still found a place. Like I said, I'm trying as much as possible not to go into details. And then it was at that part, and that was one of the serious suitors that crossed my path. Aside others, right? Aside others. And I said that to say this, that it was at that point, and it was at my lowest. It was at my lowest moment. I had lost my dad, a young girl, didn't even know how my life was going to go. I didn't know how I was going to navigate. I didn't even know I didn't even have all it took at that time to go to school. I didn't know how, and I desperately wanted to go to school. Young girl, if you finished your high school, trying to get into the university. So I really wanted to go to school. And in fact, there was one of those suitors that said for him to even take over my education, I have to prove my fertility. That means I have to have had a baby, get pregnant, and have one child, so that he will know that he's not his investment is not in vain or whatever. That one, I was like, no, I am not. No, I was not. So as young as I was, at least I had an atom of what I wanted in life. One was I wanted to really love the man I was to get married to. But anyway, fast forward to all those things that happened and all the men that crossed my path up to the point I met my husband. And do you know that when I met my husband, I've shared that testimony severally. When I met my husband, I was actually looking for admission into the university. And he was the one that helped me. He just finished his master's in architecture. I was trying to get into school, and he was the one that helped me. Story for another time. Helped me. I secured, went around, got forms, filled, into different schools. And then he was the one that still helped me to gain those admissions. Like, he pushed and, worked on it. And then I got into school, and if everything happened divinely natural, all glory to God. And it's our journey started from there. We fell in love. Okay, we fell in love. And for my husband, he said he didn't even want to even bring that idea of, will you marry me? He knew he was already head over heels for me, but he didn't even want to bring that, because he knew that he didn't want to give me the impression that he was doing all he was doing. To him, he met a friend. He met someone that, just this outgoing young girl, and I can not be, I was just a lively person. So he met this young girl, very lively, we enjoyed each other's company. And so, but even at that, he said he had to comport himself, even though he knew that, man, this babe, I said, getting your admission or just be your friend, I want more. But he didn't want it to come across as him capitalizing on the fact that I just, I needed help. He didn't want it. And at the time he told me that, look, oh, hey, I was ready. In fact, I was anticipating. I was asking God, please, I like this guy, Shao. I like this guy. I just loved his way, his principle. I loved his kind. I love because he's still in fact, he's still the same, the guy was just, so kind, so respectful, not pushy. And I'm like, is this one, if this guy is pretending self, no wahala. The fact that because there was another man I met, anytime I go to visit this man as a young girl going to visit the fiance, we'll just be going around the bedroom because he wanted to go to Jerusalem, and me, I was not ready for Jerusalem dance. So it would be like, if you don't give this one, to the extent that this guy knew that I needed help, as a young girl, young girl just trying to navigate life. And, that me, I didn't have, and that you're in position to help, but you will want, so it will be like, even when I tell him, my monthly this thing, I don't even know how I'm going to, at least, sure, send me something so that, remember, I just got out of high school, send me money so that I can buy my sanitary, whatever. The guy would be like, you that does not give me, you don't give me anything, only hug, you don't give me anything. No, I can. So he wanted me to pay a price, and I was not ready to. I'm telling you the truth, unapologetically telling you the truth. And I'm trying to I'm trying to just beat around the I'm trying to not give out so much. If I have to tell this story one day, I'll tell this full story, but again, I'm getting to somewhere. And so, when I saw that I have to do his bid before, I said, no, this relationship is not going anywhere. And so when I met my husband, I met someone who was an opposite of all the men that came across my life. I'm telling you the truth. I met a man who was so respectful and still very respectful, who is so sensitive and considerate of other people's feelings, who is so, who is just so comfortable in his own space to give you shoulders to thrive. And so when I met him, I'm like, is this man pretending, or there are actually men like that? And fast forward, eventually we got married. And from that time to this moment, the man actually was not pretending. So I said that to say this, that regardless of that time, I'm telling you this story now, it sounds really easy, but as a young girl, I'm sure a lot of people, especially where I come from, you will understand when you lose your father, and then your mom is trying to, a 40-year-old at the time, my mom was 40 when she became a widow, and then with children and girls, 6 girls and 2 boys, trying to navigate life herself. So this is a young woman at that time. She was trying to just heal from her husband's exit, and then also left with children to take care of. And so, and then not like my father left, was Dangote. It was not. So this was just us versus the world. Okay, so I had so much staring at me, and it was like in those days, oh yeah, story for another time. Hey, even friends who were family friends, immediately Popsy just left. Those that said, oh, we'll do anything, we'll take care of you, then you go there and they will be like, okay, now they want to get to Jerusalem. They want to do Jerusalem dance with you before they can even give you money for WAEC or money. I remember one vividly, story for next time. I think I have to tell that story. And looking at this now, let me tell you the truth. To God's glory, I am now, because I am a music minister. I am a mother. I am a comedian, create content, a content creator. And you know, I have released about 5 blown albums, to God's glory. I go around a lot, I travel a lot ministering in music, you know, and I also create content, very loud on the media space and well known. And I sit down and I'm like, the glorious destiny, whatever I enjoy now, and whoever I am now, it couldn't have been possible, because I know the kind of reckless support I receive from my husband. Without him supporting me the way he has, I have a husband who I will be on stage ministering, and my husband then will be with the kids. I have a husband where I travel out of the country to go minister, and he's with the kids. I have a husband who is so comfortable in his skin. It just gives him joy to see me blow. It gives him joy to see me just thrive. It gives him joy to see me just fulfill destiny. It gives him joy. I will go to some place, you know, and do you know that some of these men are still on the media space, and when they see, in fact, one was sincere to say he is genuinely happy for me. He is genuinely happy at how far God has brought me, and how far God is using my husband to help me fulfill, you know, to help me just be who I am, and fulfill destiny. And I say that in conclusion, that sometimes disappointments, especially relationships, be very, very mindful, be very sensitive. When some things happen, okay, instead of, you know, just dwelling and mourning and sleepless nights and, you know, hunger, you just go, you starve yourself, you know, and hey, it's okay to cry. It's okay to have regrets here and there. But at the end of the day, just sit down and say, Father, where do I go from here? Let your will be done. I know this happened because you have something better in store for me. And I want that one. I want that one. You will sit back and say, I want to thank you, just like me. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for in fact, I used to humorously tell myself sometimes, I used to speak it loud. I used to just say, Father, hey, in fact, all the men that came crossed my path and I did not get married to, or did not marry me, I owe all of them present. In fact, serious present. I need to appreciate them for disappointing me. I need to appreciate them, especially for not getting married to me. I need to appreciate them. I need to appreciate them for not pushing, for treating me the way. In fact, because if they had not, I will not be in paradise. Oh, yes, I am in paradise. No, I am in paradise. I am in paradise. I have enjoyed peace. I have enjoyed and still enjoying peace. I have enjoyed what it means for a woman to be adored, what it means for a woman to be treated like a queen, what it means for a woman to be encouraged to fulfill destiny, what it means for a woman for a man to bring his shoulders and say, yes, I am the Odogu, I am the king, my queen, stand on my shoulders and reign. Stand on my shoulders and fulfill destiny. Stand on my shoulders and be who God wants you to be. in my comfort zone. It doesn't bother me. My husband goes out and he tells me he runs into people a lot, and they'll be like, are you Katie Igodo's husband? Are you Katie Igodo? He'll be like, yes. At the end of the day, which name is she bearing? Kate Igodo. Yes. It gives him joy that God has used him to be a blessing to another person. And yes, please sit down and say, Father, I thank you. Father, whatever your will is, let it be done. At the end of the day, let me have reasons to appear before you and say thank you for not allowing that business deal to cross over. Thank you for not allowing that contract to come my way. Thank you for not allowing. Have you not seen people, contract that is supposed to be a blessing turns out to be something else? So when things happen, sometimes you just sit down and say, Father, whatever you're trying to avert, whatever it is, I just hand over this pain to you. I just lay it at your feet. I just want you to turn it around. Let lemon be made. Let lemonade be made out of this lemon. Let the story be turned around for my good. If there's something you want me to learn, if there's something you're preparing me ahead for the future, whatever it is, help me to focus more on what I need to learn from this situation, rather than just being so downcast, rather than just being so downcast all the time and just mourning and, you know, losing myself and losing my mind and becoming a shadow of myself. Father, give me reasons to see another side of it. I love you, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. I hope this blesses someone. I hope that this will turn someone's situation around. I hope that this will heal someone's pain. I hope that this will be a reason for somebody to look again, look on the left and look on the right, and look ahead, knowing that there is so much to life than what you see right now. I love you, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. This is Kate, your sister. Bye.